people? Welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz, Love Talk. The wheels do indeed keep turning. I'm so delighted to welcome, let me get this right, Salil, Joshi, and Gauravi Patil. Did I get that right?
Absolutely.
All right. They are TEDx New Haven people. And TEDx New Haven is, I guess it was here before, and now it's making a big comeback.
Yeah, I would say so.
So why TEDx now? Why TEDx? Why?
Yeah, great question. I think to answer that question, we have to take a step back in time a little bit before the pandemic and kind of just tell you a little bit about us and how we got to kind of creating this idea. Gia and I met back in 2019 as co-workers, as consultants in Hartford, and we started just shooting ideas back and forth. I was a transplant from Connecticut, and Gia had come back after going to grad school at George Washington, and we wanted to see how we could make an impact. And we did a quick assessment of the state and what was available in the community, and found that this was a platform that could give individuals an opportunity to speak in a safe space and an educational environment. And we're looking to build this and grow into something more larger in the future.
Wow. All right. So this is happening. You got 17 speakers, right?
Yeah.
It starts next Saturday from 9:30 to 6. So this is like all day.
Yeah.
Come and go as you please all day. Your ticket allows you to see whatever speaker you like. If you want to learn something new, go ahead. We encourage it. We also are working with local restaurants in the area to give our patrons a discount on meals during the lunch hour. And
we're also working with ECA for an art show in the lobby, as well as like a visual arts sculpture show in the VIP room of the Schubert as well.
Okay, so tell me something about the 17 artists. Do you have another device on top of this device? Because you sound a little sounds like a little reverb in the background. So just
no, unfortunately we don't. I don't think so.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about the speakers. Our speakers kind of go from a variety of different areas. We took an avid effort to make sure we tap into numerous work streams. So Jay, if you want to get started with some of the speakers.
Yeah, of course. So one of our first speakers was Rawls-Ivy. She's an architect and a professor at Yale. And she will be talking about how our world around us, how our environment affects us. And she'll look at Eastern cultures, Mayan cultures, and really tell us about how the past has told us what we make and what we put around us matters.
Another speaker is Jeff Bravin from the American School for Deaf, which happens to be the first deaf school in the country. Jeff himself is a student and is now the executive director. He himself has also acted in movies, and he will be speaking on stage, but we'll have an ASL interpreter. So therefore, all of our speakers will have ASL interpreters on stage for the deaf and hard of hearing community. Another individual I think that worth highlighting are our student speakers in particular. And I'll let you go from there.
Yeah, so one of our student speakers, and we had a competition. There were a total of 34 students that applied. And out of that, we chose 3 students in each category. Oh, I think we're blurred a little bit, so yeah. We had a high school student who was Layla Smith, who won, and she's from New Haven Academy.
Yes.
We had Maya Cook. She was our graduate winner, and she will be speaking on Citizens United. And we have Ashley Evans, who's from the School of Nursing at Yale, and she'll be talking about maternal weathering as her topic. And Ashley won the grad school competition. So we try to keep it really like strict to each category.
And I want to mention one other speaker that's really, really worth mentioning. We're very excited about the opportunity that she brings to the state of Connecticut and the blockchain, DeFi, and technology ecosystem. Her name is Nelly Sato Dia. She's flying in from Cameroon as our first international speaker. She is one of the leading econ and DeFi experts on blockchain technology in Africa, and is one of the 100 upcoming African women in the world in this particular area. So we want to give her a warm welcome when she does come here to ingratiate her into the Connecticut community.
Oh, I love this. So tell us. So how does this work? How much time does each person get to speak? Like, what's the framework?
Yeah, of course. So generally it's 18 minutes per person, and TED has rules and regulations to keep it to that amount. There are some speakers who are choosing to speak for a lesser amount of time. For example, Lisa Dent will be speaking for about 7 to 8 minutes.
Very minute, we'll be doing spoken word for about 7 to 8. So while we have our traditional 18-minute model, there are other speakers that are coming in with their own kind of direction. And anything works as long as it's vetted and approved by TED, who's our licensee. Yeah.
Oh, because I was going to ask you, like, how do you choose the topics? Like, is there, I believe the overarching theme is connect? No, what is the overarching theme?
Hello, world.
Yeah. Hello, world.
Oh, hello, world. I love that. I love that. So that gives you a huge range to choose from. So you could cover art, and you could cover science. Yes, all the things that make sense. So have you, when you're choosing these things, I imagine that you have a team of folks that help you choose, or you invite who you like. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. There is not a team. It's Gia and I. Gia and I are the two co-founders. We're the marketing people. We're the whole 9 yards. We coach our speakers. We coach the students. The whole 9 yards over the past 6, 7, 8 months. The way that we kind of went about this is a twofold approach. One, we've reached out to speakers ourselves that we felt that would resonate with the New Haven, Greater New Haven, and State of Connecticut community. And then we networked heavily with stakeholders in the community to find speakers that have compelling stories. And then we also recruited or asked for individuals to nominate speakers of any area or background. And we try to really focus on Connecticut-based individuals or individuals that have ties to Connecticut for this first series. Some individuals are from out of the state or from out of the country, but most are from in the region. And the way we wanted to tap into this is we wanted to try to highlight key areas of focus in our community. Public health, Dr. Mehodalal; institutional reform, Lewis Reed; Andrea Barton-Reeves, paid family medical leave; Neville Wisdom, fashion design; Nellie, blockchain; Jonathan, spoken word about education; Patricia, more about education and growing from your ground up; Sean Rochester, the leading minority investors in the country right now for MEOA, which is a SPAC, and he's the only African-American or minority chairman and CEO of a SPAC, and recently rang the NASDAQ bell. So we've kind of gone through and looked at amalgamation of speakers and try to really tap into the general community as well.
And so you chose the TED model, the TED Talk model. And I'm sure they put you through a whole bunch of channels so that you can have your brand and share in their brand. Talk a little bit about that experience. And how long did it take?
So it takes a couple of months to get your license, to write why you want to do what you want to do and why you are a good representative of TED. So one of us got the license, which was me. and I had to go through, talk to the team and explain why I wanted to do this for my community. And at the end of the day, I was born and raised in the New Haven community, and that is why I wanted to do this.
I love it. I love it. And so I imagine they give you some guidelines about what you can and cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
There are a couple of guidelines we have to follow, including how we talk to the speakers, including how we have.
So, for example, like as someone that's kind of managed a couple of TEDx events before this in my past, you have a couple of guidelines that focus on sponsorship agreements, focus on what speakers can and cannot talk about, branding. We try to keep it as generic as possible. So if a speaker comes in on stage and speaks on June the 11th, and then 10 years from now, someone from the New Haven community finds this video, it's timeless. And that's really the main focus, that these topics and these ideas really allow for an individual to be introspective 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the road when they say, yeah, I recognize that individual from something that I've seen before. Let's see what happened in the past and what they talked about. So that's really the narrative here. Keep the focus on their topic, but keep it timeless as well.
And have a lesson learned at the end of every talk. We want each speaker to give their audience something to think about at the end of every talk, and something to learn and look up as well.
We want our audience basically to pick up their phones in the middle of the talk and say, I need to learn more about this. Let me tweet about it. Let me post a picture about it. Let me share my ideas while the talk is actually happening in real time.
Oh, wow. That's pretty creative, because most places like, oh, turn off your devices. Oh.
No, absolutely not. This is not an orchestra or symphony. You need those phones moving and churning.
I love it. So, all right. So you are the TEDx New Haven brand. How do you get sponsors? How do you get people to buy into this? How do you get people to trust that you can pull this off?
Well, how should I answer that? A lot of begging. So full transparency, Gia and I are funding this out of our own pocket. We are taking
Whoa.
Yeah, and we are selling tickets to recoup some of that cost. We are having sponsors. We have quite a few individuals that have committed to us in some way, shape, or form, either now or leading into the future. And we're hoping to basically try to break even, but if we don't, that's not a big deal. We're looking to grow in the community, ingratiate ourselves, and build, not just our brand, but everyone else around us together and holistically.
And so how often do you think you'll do this? Like, is it TEDx summer, TEDx New Haven fall? Like, how often do you think you'll run these conversations?
Yeah, so actually we've been talking about that, and we're thinking about 3 to 4 type of events every year. So our next thing that we're focusing on is TEDx Women, which focuses on women. And we've already spoken to so many different types of leading women, and there's so much interest already. So that is something that's in the works, as well as TEDx Youth, which is focused on a lot of students, only middle school and high school students, and that is the audience. So those are 2. We're also thinking about working with Adrienne Jefferson, and she will be helping us with TEDx Salon events, which are small, curated events that hold about 25 to 50 people. And that will be throughout the community, like in barbershops and libraries and things like that. So
I love it.
And then moving forward, we plan on also kind of ingratiating ourselves in the community from an educational perspective, working with students, having student speaker competitions, and really kind of building this into something much larger than just a TED brand, but also something that really serves the community moving forward.
I love it. So tell me, what is it about this TEDx model that you like? Like, what is it about bringing all these different voices to a stage and having everybody experience that? What is that like for y'all?
Yeah, I think the big thing here is that we're consultants by trade, and we love networking. We love ingratiating ourselves into what we want to do. And the best part about kind of doing this is that we get to wear many hats. Our life is very difficult. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time, but we learn so much every single day. We get to meet individuals like you. And this wouldn't happen if it weren't for situations like this or the TED brand, or really fostering discussion and engagement. And that's what we want to build at the end of the day. And give people a platform, as I mentioned earlier, where it's an educational, thought-provoked, and safe environment for anyone to share their ideas worth spreading.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I love that you have Adrienne Jefferson involved, because she's incredible.
We actually have 3 more major stakeholders worth mentioning on our advisory board. So Adrienne's on our advisory board, Mercy Quay from the Narrative Project.
Oh, I love Mercy Quay.
Alderman Daryl Brackeen Jr. And then we have Daniel Fitzmaurice from the Greater New Haven Arts Council, who just recently moved
I know.
Opportunity in DC, but he's still on the board and churning.
Yes, because I chair the Arts Council.
Oh.
So yes, so I'm a huge fan of Dan, and I'm a huge fan of the Arts Council. So I'm so glad that y'all are tapped into that. So all right, so what is the vision moving forward? Where do you imagine where you see this growing into? Like, what's the biggest dream for the TEDx New Haven folks?
We have big dreams.
Yeah. So let's look at it from a career perspective. What is the overall goal of doing something like This is not a one-year event, as Jia has commented. This is a multi-series event with lots of moving parts going into the future. In addition to that, we're looking to create this as programmatic offering for our nonprofit organization that we want to found in the city of New Haven. That focuses on tackling socioeconomic inequality in education and building entrepreneurship models within our high school system. We recognize that the state of Connecticut has a fantastic entrepreneurial arm for a lot of already growing companies for Series A, Series B funding. However, there's not much available for high school students to build a business and a concept before getting into college and making a decision on whether or not they want to pursue a career as an entrepreneur or go into the traditional academic model. We want to be able to bridge that gap and provide that pipeline to CT Next and CI moving forward for high school students to really build and foster small businesses in the community to make them larger in the future.
Oh, I love that. Although that's a huge undertaking. And I think education is in need of a renaissance and a reimagining. So this might be the beginning of that for Connecticut. So I appreciate that. So tell me about when you think about who you choose to be on this stage. Is it personal? Like, do you think, oh, I want to know more about this thing, so therefore I'll have this person?
To a degree, it's personal, but to another degree, it's more about pooling what people want to, like, what is upcoming in the world and what people would like to hear about too, and what people should really, really know.
I think also it's a question of when you pick a speaker, who goes well with that speaker to match their energy. So we look at this conference as a sine wave. You have your ups, you have your downs, and this is basically a flow through a day of talks and education. How does one speaker relate to the next speaker? And how do we pair these speakers together to create poignant conversations and discussions in our breaks? So, for example, we have paired, I'm trying to think of our schedule right now, Sean Rochester, who's speaking on finance, with Laura Pyrie. So Laura starts off speaking about architecture, your environment, and how exactly you create a holistic environment to do your job. Then Sean comes in to come speaking about the Black tax, about how we can tackle minority oppression, how we can also take actionable steps moving forward to invest in our community. And then we go straight to CT Paid Family Leave with Andrea Barton-Reeves, who's talking about how you find your mission-driven objective. How do you find what you really are passionate about earlier on in your career? And then last, we have Neville Wisdom to close out the day that's going to be speaking and creating something on stage to create a more holistic and well-rounded end to the talk. So we really kind of bridge this and really kind of create that sine wave through each session and throughout the conference.
I love the fact that this is connected, well, not connected, but that it is being married alongside the Arts and Ideas Festival. I mean, was that by accident or by design?
Well, it started off by accident, and then we started partnering with Arts and Ideas, so now it's by design.
I mean, because it just seems like a natural marriage, I think.
Yes, and Shelley at Arts and Ideas is a big supporter of what we're doing, and we're looking to foster a long-term relationship with them moving forward to create more TEDx material and dive into what that can look like in the future.
So what are people saying to you as this gets closer to the launch time? Like, are you feeling the energy and the excitement? Because your creatives are gorgeous. Like I see them across Facebook and I'm like, who the hell are these people with this beautiful stuff? And what is this? I mean, I just love everything that you've put out. So are you feeling the energy and the excitement?
Of course, we're feeling the energy. We're also feeling a little like overwhelmed because there's a lot to do. There's a lot to talk about with not just speakers, specifically with the Schubert and things like that, but we are very excited and we'll have everyone there. So it's quite a feeling. I can't even describe it.
Yeah, and you mentioned the artwork and everything that you see on social media and everything like that. A big shout out to Babz Creative, our marketing team, who has sponsoring us as well as doing a lot of the work, and our graphics and one of our in-house graphics and art designers, Patil, who graduated from ECA and UConn. So she's a North Haven, Connecticut native. West Haven, Connecticut native. So we're trying to bring as many people in from the community as we can moving forward. So super excited. Lots to do. Many more meetings to have before the 11th as well. So yeah, making it happen.
So, how will you know, or how do you measure your success of this? Like, how will you know? Like, how will you know at the end of the day when this is done, you're like, that was good? Or, because I know you'll be your own critics. Like, I know you'll be like, okay, next time we do this, X, Y, and Z. Like, everybody does that. But how will you know that you've like, okay, this is amazing. We did a great job.
So I think, let me answer that and let me put my data stats hat on, and then I'll answer that from an emotional perspective. We have a survey where we will get qualitative and quantitative assessments from our peers and from the community who did attend. That's one aspect of it. And two, emotionally speaking, I think it's already a success. We have not only ingratiated ourselves and really had community buy-in from individuals like yourself and our speakers and everyone else that we're meeting.
In 6 months.
In 6 months, yeah, in 6 months. And the direction that this is already being taken in with everyone else pitching ideas and saying, yes, we want more. What's next? That tells us it's already turning into a success. It's now just our job to make sure that it feels like a success to everyone that is there. And that I think,
yeah, we're also getting applications left and right because we have an application page on our website. So we have hundreds of applications coming through for speakers for the next programmatic material. So we already feel like people have bought in and really care about what is said in TEDx New Haven already.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So how much are the tickets? Like, can ordinary people buy tickets?
Absolutely. Ordinary people can buy tickets. Tickets range from about $40 to $91. And if you purchase tickets in a bundle, you get 15% off 4 or more tickets. We will also be sending out student discount codes to all the universities in the state. And also maybe in the future, right before the event, have a flash sale. So keep an eye out for that so you can purchase your ticket and come and attend at any time.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And so the day is built out from like in the morning to the evening. And I guess there'll be breaks in between so people can get refreshments and do all the things. Because at the Schubert, the world famous Schubert, which is lovely. And tell me about that marriage.
Yeah, we want go big or go home. That's the marriage. I mean, honestly, really, it boiled down to, if we're going to do something like this, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. And if we're going to really make an impact, you've got to start somewhere. And if we had the means to be able to make a commitment like this to the community, and we took it. And regarding breaks and things like that, each session has 1 or 2 breaks after 1 or 2 speakers. The lunch session goes from 11:30 to 1, so it gives you an opportunity to go to your local restaurants in the nearby area. And then after that, we have a reception at Jazzy's hosted by the UPN. And we're very excited that they decided to partner with us and have the after party there. And those tickets are available on Eventbrite.
Oh, I love it. So you've thought about all of this from top to bottom. It seems like just the two of y'all thinking about this and doing this and hitting all the right things. So before I let you go, talk to me about when this is over, what you're going to do the next day.
Good question.
I feel like I'm going to be sleeping. Yeah. I feel like I'm going to catch up on my sleep. But after a night of celebrating the speakers, celebrating the sponsors, celebrating everyone who has been involved. Yeah. We do have volunteers and we do have other team members that have come along the way with us. And a big shout out to Brienne. She has been amazing and helping us with the Taste of New Haven.
One other thing to also mention is worth mentioning our 4 fabulous women that are emceeing this year. Ife Michelle Gardine,
who is my great love. That's my good friend. Yes.
Wendy Battles,
my other good friend.
Go ahead, next.
Sorry, I'm like blanking right now. Who else is there? Shanae Aneko.
Yep.
And more.
Oh, Kim E, Miss Kim E.
How can we forget her?
Oh, you've got a great group of people right there. That's a great group.
We tried.
That's a great group of people. Well, listen, call me. I'm around.
Oh, we know. We'll make sure to make it happen.
I am very excited about this. I'm gonna go around and get me some tickets too because I want to check out some of this. Is there any swag? Like, can I get a hat? Can I get a bumper thing? What?
So there's your tote bag. We got a designed TEDx New Haven tote bag.
Also, the first people that come to TEDx, first 50 people that come get a free tote bag.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So everyone has lanyards. Everyone has a tote bag. You'll have a t-shirt available that's being designed by Art Space. They're sponsoring a t-shirt design. One of their not in-house, but partner artists has worked on this and designed it. So we'll be selling that for $25 and the tote bags will be going for $12.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited by this event. I love all the artwork that's up on Facebook. I love the energy that y'all are bringing to this. Like, this is real energy. Like, you all are very, I don't know anybody who's more excited about this than, y'all are very excited. I'm excited because you're excited. So.
Thank you. That's what we're hoping for. Just keep on passing that energy along. It's a Monday. We need it.
I know. Well, I am so happy that this is happening. I'm looking forward to some of the all the speakers, but I know I can't make all of them, but I'm gonna try to make as many as I can.
We got a media pass for you, by the way. Just let us know when you come to the door.
Oh, all right. I'm coming because I'm excited. You got some people that I really enjoy and some people that I'm very interested in hearing their perspectives on what they're talking about. So I think this is a good idea. I think New Haven, there is a real need for this kind of event. There's a lot of storytelling going on, but this is storytelling at a different level. And I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to this. And I'm so happy that it's happening now in June because the weather is good and people are ready for, some interaction. So this is great.
Yeah. Just one thing to say, if you're interested in purchasing that ticket, go to TEDxNewHaven.com and click on buy. We're hoping to see everyone there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, you two. I've enjoyed this very much.
Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate the time.
Oh, yes, of course. I will see you on the TEDx, in the TEDx universe, TEDx New Haven universe. I'll see y'all at the Schubert.
Thank you very much. We hope to see everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Hello, world. The TEDx 17 speakers plus an art show, Saturday, June 11th. Come out, do it, be there, hang out, listen, raise your awareness. This is amazing. So, okay, Harry Joes, it's Monday. We did it. It's a Monday. We got through. we had a good Monday.
Yeah, we haven't received any text from Paul because he's, on holiday.
Oh, is it a holiday?
Yeah.
Did he send a message? Because, usually he lets us know.
Send the message Friday. Did he leave you off the message?
Oh, he might have left me off the message.
Oh, there.
I ain't see the message. I check my email all the time. So I'm like, okay, all right.
Yes, so he won't be available till tonight. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I was wondering why it was silence. I was like, what is happening? So, okay. That was fun. They got a lot of energy. I'm looking forward to the TEDx talk. TEDx New Haven talk. That's a nice little a compliment. Yeah, that's a nice compliment to the city, Harry.
I have to actually go to their website and look up all the guests. Because I love that stuff. I just love listening to other people.
I should have asked him if it's going to be streamed too. Like, is the opportunity to watch it streamed? Because that'd be kind of cool too for people who are, still a little reluctant to be in general population with people.
I'm sure it'll probably be recorded and then.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and is Ife going to be one of the talk?
No, she is one of the hosts. They have folks who will introduce segments. So she is doing the morning. She's doing the morning ones. So yeah.
Look at my jug.
I know. I gotta get my jug too, Harry, because I got to get back into it. I have a jug that somebody tricked out for me. So that reminds me, I'm gonna fill it with some water and I'm gonna get ready. So
half a gallon you're supposed to drink. I'm already half through it. I drink water all day, so.
Oh, that's good. All right, I'm gonna fill mine too. I'm gonna fill mine, put a little lemon, fill it, and then I'm gonna take it with me so I can drink it throughout the day because I gotta drink more water.
Yeah, so I went heavy on the vegetables and fruit. Because of our diet, because Karen's doing it with me, and I can't really have fruit, but she could have fruit. On hers, fruits are 0 points. On mine, vegetables are 0 points.
So you can eat more vegetables.
Yeah, I could eat, and I don't mind that. I love vegetables. Her vegetables for her are 0 points also, but if she eats vegetables, they actually give her a point.
Okay.
To her daily diet. So yesterday she was struggling, Babz, to eat green beans. she was like a little kid being forced to eat green beans. And I'm like, man, it's not that bad. She's like, speak for yourself. It's disgusting.
Oh my God.
She ate a cup of green beans like a punishment. But yeah, so actually we did pretty good the first week. She lost 5 pounds.
Yay!
I lost in the over 10 pounds.
Okay, knock it off. Well, men always lose more weight, so.
Yeah. So I figure I was gonna say I figure it's water weight, but really I haven't done much exercise. I mean, I exercised this Saturday because went to Bella's soccer game, 8:00 in the morning. And Daisy had a recital, a first dance recital. And we had a park, across the street in a field. So that long walk back and forth was exercise and everything.
Okay.
So, then sitting in a crowded auditorium at a school was like exercise for me because I sweat when I'm around people. It's like, why is there so many people around? My anxiety.
Wow.
But yeah, so I had a full day Saturday and then I had to go to my nephew's birthday party that same Saturday. So I had a full Saturday.
You did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I did. Unusually, I did a lot of stuff in one day. So the birthday party was a barbecue. So I was able to use some cheat points that I collected over the week. Because what happens is if you don't use all your points, 4 of them get put in cheat, basically into a.
Oh, okay. So you can save some.
Yeah, you can save some, and then.
But you can't. But I'm sure you're limited by how many you can save.
Well, no. Not really. Well, yeah, a day they only grab 4.
Okay.
But they give you about 26 cheat points in the beginning of the week. So it's like right out the bat, you get cheat points. So they work it into the diet.
Oh, wow.
So like yesterday, I had 42 cheat points that I didn't use. I lost them for the week because I really didn't dip into my cheat. Even Saturday, I really didn't dip into my cheat because chicken is 0 points and everything. So everything I ate at the barbecue was 0.
Okay.
Except for the cup of rice.
Right.
But yeah,
I'm proud of you. So
Karen was minus 2 points yesterday.
See,
and she was like, I'm like, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose 42 points, and she's looking at me like, shh.
See, you don't do that. Don't do that. All right, it's time for us to go.
But no, so yeah, I think I could work this.
I think you can. You're doing it. Not you think you can. You're already doing it. So
yeah.
So all right, we're back tomorrow, Harry. We got a guest tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to it. This Pamela Sutton, Sutton Wallace, who's the new COO Yale Health. So yeah, New Haven Health. So we're back tomorrow. Keep up the good work, Harry. I'm going to make my water so I could not be behind.
And also they gave me 48 hours to confirm my identity.
Did you do it?
I did all my stuff, but they said it could take up to 48 hours. But I saw they let me post after I did it.
Oh, yay.
I guess
Okay,
I'm confirmed.
So you're not a terrorist. You're not a, I don't know, whatever they think you were.
There you go. Oh,
I know. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.